it is probably upload call to and get right into this. The sun is a beautiful civilization, and this is taurus, but this feels like instead of something that's overwhelming your system, it's something that's bringing you a deep sense of ground. You've rediscovered your healthy roots. You have found an end to the incessant thought, the incessant thoughts, because they can now be stabilized in the material. Connections and it's interesting because last time I just back. Okay, so now that you see what I'm saying, apparently it's back. Now, I'm so sorry about this, guys. I really hope that you're able to get some use out of these readings and that I'm not just completely wasting my time to do something extremely meaningful to me. The reading just indicate that that's not the case. The reading here indicates that I'm okay in what I'm doing because it's meaningful enough to me. What you're doing is meaningful enough to you to where if things are trying to come along and shake you up, you're Prudence. Okay, it says it is unstable again. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I'm doing my best here. Quick reading today because you know what, I'm just really quick off of my phone. I hope that maybe that will improve what the problem is. Just give me one moment. I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, so I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone in the hopes that the Wi-Fi will all just be sucked up by the computer now. And I mean, it's unstable. Again, it keeps doing that. I'm not really like what I push with it because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, show up the way I'm supposed to show up, regardless of what's happening. I'm going to show up and do what I'm supposed to do and stick about that I know matter right now in this moment. I don't really want to look at it. I like to do the top row first, so we'll get into this first. Our development of the card, if they have conflict, the Aquarius life will naturally flow again. On the upper left, be possibilities of alternative action. Very interesting. Top right, we have art, luxury, and works. This is something else. This is really making me think like what's going on here is your love for what you're doing is giving you an emotional luxury. You have a safe place to rest your desire in the things that you love. You are in love. It's almost like you have gotten married or that you are deep in love with something, but it's very clear what that thing is. It's not a person. It's very clearly not a person that you are in love, especially. It says it's reconnecting. Okay. Oops, there could be someone new that you'll meet because I'll say this, the cards indicate a good position right now to meet someone new. You're in a stable place, like in the material, and you're in a peace place in your thoughts. You're in a good way. And this is overflowing into your creative works. This is beautiful. You've really come up for a moment. I mean, appreciate it. Like, breathe deep, because the air won't always be this thin. And maybe this is the beginning of the new air that you're breathing, right? Where you thought that it was going to be thick, stagnant air forever, and now you're realizing this air is lighter and easier to breathe. And I'm very grateful for that for you. Over here we have interesting. So interesting. My reads are just a trip, aren't they? Success right next to failure with change. I wouldn't necessarily say that these cards conflict. However, to really break it down, I guess I could say this is what we want. This is solid here. This is interesting. This is like, I feel as if it's someone doing too much to change, doing too much to change to have success. So it's kind of interesting the way that this is coming out to me. But notice this is all earth here. This is heavy, heavy earth. Got another water, another earth here, and then the art sets is fire. This is fire. So we've got our fire is shown up. This is our one piece of fire in the whole reading. Everything else is very heavy on earth. We got a little bit of water, just a little, and one piece of air, which is piece of air. The piece of air. That's what I just said. This here is interesting. This is like a kind of a kick in the butt too, because it's like, even if you fail, you're going to succeed because this is always here. This almost cancels out these two because it's almost like this should be the central card, and it's like it wouldn't matter if you failed. So that's what I'm saying. This, because this is here and failure comes up on the top. It's interesting to me because it's like things change so much that you may have felt like that sense of failure because it was constant change for so long. But at the end of the day, it was a success. Success is your proof and courage is your armor. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to the bottom row. I'm going to get through this kind of quickly today, like I said, because the connection is acting up and I'm not really sure what this is looking like on the other end. And I don't want to make a video that's like a torture to watch because it's so broken up and messed up. I don't know if that's what's happening right now. So some major arcanas are coming out. This is really interesting. So cards 6, 10, and 14 right here assist the querent in making whatever decision may be necessary. They indicate the psychological basis and implications of the issue. Oh, you had an 8 of Cups moment. Yes, we did. Yes, we have. But around this 8 of Cups is something so, what's the word? So intimate. These two cards that are supporting the 8 of Cups are extreme. Give me a moment. Okay. I said that this is about your sense of self, having to adjust, your sense of self and identity having to adjust deeply, having had let something go. And you stayed in this for a minute, and you may kind of be in this. I'll be honest with you, you may still kind of have an emotional fog going on right now, but this adjustment, your sense of inspiration deeply endowed, and your adjustment, your sense of discernment very urgent within you at this time. So even though you're in an area where you are feeling that sense of emotional kind of brain fog, emotional, like not brain fog where it's like I can't think about my to-do list. It's like you're having emotional fog. You're still feeling emotions because you're so used to feeling sorrow. You're so used to having to let go of everything. Well, guess what? You are sitting on a mountain of stability. You are sitting in a tree of stability. You are in a pillar of stability right now. And you are surrounded by love and you are deeply enmeshed with peace. Okay? So don't worry about this emotional fog. It's lifting, I promise. This right here is the best thing for this. Luxury, emotional luxury is the best thing to cure the emotional indolence that's going on. Okay, so just keep doing your work because it's going to overflow into your heart and give you that reinforced sense of identity and reinforced sense of discernment and the things that you need to do. The power is here. We are missing fire. That's what I will say here is we're missing a little bit of fire. And that's clear. That's very clear here because over here we cards 7, 11, and 15 show forces operating beyond the querent's control. Which the querent they can advice. So this is the one who is this beautiful strength. But one thing I'm going to say about the way this is landing is that she's absorbing the energy of her environment. Your environment has a very heavy effect on you at this time. Okay. So tend to your environment. Okay. The reason why there's no fire here is because you're still, I can feel this deeply. You have like this want to push a little bit, but it's so deep. This is the only thing that's pushing through. This fire right here is the only thing that's pushing through all of this freaking just solid earth, and really like moving water energies. Like you've still got some waters to go through. This is sad in a way, because you're right here. You're in a beautiful place to experience these very emotions. You found the truth within yourself and the awakening within yourself, but you're still doing time. And I can relate to this so much. So I want you to know that it's going to be okay. Your art is really the thing that's making you feel like that's the thing that's really restructuring your identity right now. You're going through really, like, what's the word? Unstable. It's a little bit unstable, even though a little off, says the connection. Yeah, a little off now, feeling you wanted you. We don't know what this is. You know what this is. There's something happening that's disappointing you, and you're adjusting to it. You're adjusting from it. But you can't stay in this too long, because that water, like, she is like, okay, I'm going to give you some, we're going to do some Lady Azimuth insight. I love this shit. All right. She is a poet. The Queen of Cups is an emotional poet. She really is. And what she's doing here is she's gazing into the waters, and she's kind of writing poems in her mind and in her heart and in her world. And so if these waters are full of death and negativity and self-doubt and hesitance and stagnation in any way, then her poems and her inspiration and her imagery and her inspiration, right, is going to form with those energies, because that's the water. That's kind of her canvas. That's like her canvas that she then makes a statement about. Okay. In her emotions, right? And those emotions guide everything for her. And she's looking back on a lot of this. These waters are like everything she's been through and all the things that she's got to reflect upon. So if we stay in this too long, right, then we're going to absorb the energies of that water. So it's very important with the star here, which is good that she's here, because she's the one who's going to take that water and cleanse out the old nasty water and pour in the brand new water from the heavens. She's pouring in the brand new water directly from the gods, from source, from God. She's pouring in the beauty and the light from the stars. And that's helping to reshape your identity at this time as you go through this very watery change. And you are foundationed, like you're foundationed well. This is a wonderful reading. I really, really, really appreciate, even though all the technical difficulties have been going on, the chance to come here and do this. This has been a great reading. This beautiful table right here in front. This is art right here. This is great. And I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. We'll do a quick meditation, a little prayer before I head out. Spirit that is set over the operations of this great wisdom, you may linger around your presence and with me, or you may leave and ascend, whatever it is that you wish. Thank you for being with me. Thank you all for being here with me today. And I look forward to our next reading in a few days.